All right, we are going to start on our backs. Let's get ourselves a little neck roll or a pillow set up. So, grab a blanket or towel. If you have a favorite way to support your head when you're on your back, go ahead and fold or roll that up however you like. I like to start with a blanket that is about half the size and shape of my yoga mat, and then I roll it from the long edge, just not quite all the way up, just until I have a roll that is about the shape of my curve of the back of my neck. And we are going to get going without any other props for the moment. So go ahead and come down onto your back with your knees bent and your head supported, your neck over your neck roll. You might rest your hands on your belly, or you might stretch your arms out and down Shavasana style by your sides. All right, so get settled in. Today's practice is focused on the health of your lower back. The health of your lower back. So as we start our practice today, stretch your back out as long as you can. A little bit of extra length in your tailbone. Lengthen your neck, broaden your shoulder blades, and take a really deep breath in. And as you exhale, let your navel sink way down toward your spine and relax your lower back into the support of your mat. So do that again. Take a deep breath in, expand your belly. And as you exhale, relax your belly down and in. And as your belly relaxes, see if you can relax your lower back toward the floor. So feel the way the floor is holding you up. And we're going to breathe for a few more breaths here, really just appreciating the way gravity is already enabling us to decompress in our spine, but especially our lower spine. So breathe a little deeper down past your belly. Breathe down into your pelvis. And as you exhale, focus for a moment on relaxing the back of your pelvis into your mat. Your sacrum, your tailbone, your two hip bones that meet the floor on either side of your spine. So try that again. You might even bring your fingertips down to the lowest part of your belly, almost to your hip creases, and see if you can feel the way your breath expands deeply down into the front of your pelvis. And as you exhale, relax the front of your pelvis toward the back of your pelvis, and relax the back of your pelvis into the mat. So take a few more breaths this way. When we work lower back health, stability, flexibility, and with the hopes of combating lower back pain and strain and unnecessary tension, we'll also be working with our pelvis, because the two are inextricably interconnected. It's a very complex set of bones and muscles, nerves and tendons, ligaments, all meeting together right at the base of your spine. There's a lot of exciting things happening down there at the base of your spine. And it's easy for the system to get out of balance. So the most important thing we'll do today is really listen for feedback from our own bodies. All right, so we're going to head into a few pelvic tilts here. As you inhale very gently with as little effort as possible, tilt your pubic bones toward your tailbone and arch your lower back a tiny bit away from the mat. And as you exhale, relax first. Then squeeze your low belly down and in and lengthen your tailbone. Tailbone curls up away from the mat a little bit. Gently flatten your back into your mat. So let's do that again. And inhale to gently tilt your pelvis forward. The slower you go, the better here for today's purposes. As you exhale, try to use your deepest belly muscle, called your transverse abdominis, to squeeze your belly down. If you're not sure what it feels like to turn on your transverse abdominis, we're going to try a few ways here to feel. So this next time, as you exhale, pause, squeeze your belly down, fingertips on your lower belly on either side, just inside your frontal hip bones. So relax, come back to a neutral spine, and we're going to do something that will feel a little bit silly, but we're going to, kind of like we're Santa Claus, we're going to ho, 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 but we want this to come from deep in our bellies. Your fingertips should be on the front of your pelvis, lower than your navel, inside your frontal hip bones. Let's do it together. Deep breath in from your belly. Ho, ho, ho. Okay, makes you giggle a little bit. Should have been able to feel a muscle tensing up deep in your belly. Let's try it one more time. Take a deep breath in. That's your transverse abdominis. Here we go. Ho, ho, ho. Feel that tension? Now we're going to employ that transverse abdominis to help us with a different movement here. So take a deep breath in. Fingertips stay on your low belly, front of your pelvis. As you exhale, without hoeing, see if you can squeeze that muscle and slowly pick your right foot up off the floor without losing that engagement. Stack your right knee over your right hip. Now inhale, slowly pick your left foot up off the floor. Stack your left knee over your left hip, keeping that transverse abdominis engaged. Take a breath in. The slower you go, the better. You're going to slowly lower your right foot back down to the mat without letting go of that deep belly support, and then slowly take your left foot down. Now once your feet are down, take a breath in and relax for a moment. And then squeeze again. Tighten your deep belly. Slowly pick your right foot up. Right knee over your right hip. Keep exhaling. Slowly pick your left foot up. Stack your left knee over your left hip. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, squeeze your deep belly. Slowly set your right foot down without losing that support. Slowly set your left foot down. Good. Take a breath in. Let's try it again. Exhale, transverse abdominis engages. Right knee comes up over your right hip. Left knee comes up, keeping that engagement. Take a breath in. Relax your neck, relax your jaw. Exhale, right foot comes down. You're squeezing that muscle in your deep belly. Left foot comes down. Good. Now, hug your knees in gently and rock a little bit side to side. So it's really, it's a muscle that's not particularly hard to engage. But if you're not in the habit of tensing your transverse abdominis, it may take a lot of focus. Okay, so we're going to try that again, leading with our left leg. Set your feet down, fingertips to your low belly, right inside your frontal hip bones. Take a deep breath in. Tense your transverse abdominis. Squeeze your low belly in, and then slowly pick your left foot up, left knee over your left hip. Slowly pick your right foot up. Now pause and take a breath in. As you exhale, squeeze and slowly set your left foot down. Slowly set your right foot down without losing that support. Then relax, stop squeezing so hard, take a breath in. Exhale, squeeze. You should feel that muscle tense under your fingertips. Left foot picks up slowly, then right foot picks up slowly. Take a breath in. Really focus, squeeze, and slowly lower your left foot down, slowly lower your right foot down. Take a breath in, and we got one more round. Exhale, squeeze, and then left knee comes up over your left hip, right knee comes up. Take a breath in. Doing great. Squeeze that deep belly, left foot comes down, and right foot comes down. Open your arms wide like an airplane or like a cactus and scoot your feet a little bit wider apart. Now inhale, sway your knees gently to your right, windshield wipers here. And exhale, come on up and sway your knees left. As much as your neck roll or your pillow allows, start to turn your head in the opposite direction from your knees. So knees right, chin left just a little bit. And knees left, chin right just a little bit. Good. Now, after paying attention to your transverse abdominis, you may notice that in order to bring your knees up back to center from these windshield wipers, your transverse abdominis has to engage. Pay a little bit of attention to that. The next few times your knees pull back up from center, deliberately hug in through your low belly. And then relax your low belly as your knees come down to the side, if you can. Now, if you're guarding yourself because you're protecting from a deeper range of motion, then you may not completely relax. But see if with a few more rounds you can relax, let your knees really drop down to the sides. And then just a tiny little engagement in your low belly to bring your knees back up. So let's try that one more time. Knees to the right and knees to the left. And when you get done, pick your feet up again and gently hug your knees in. Rock a little bit side to side. Good. All right, now from there, set your left foot down on the ground. And we're going to head into a half happy baby, which may require a strap for your body. Let's widen our right knee a little bit to the right, and you can either grab behind your right thigh and point the sole of your right foot up toward the ceiling, or you can send a strap over the ball of your right foot, or reach your right hand up for your outer edge of your foot, or you can hook your big toe with your peace sign fingers. So right knee is bent. Right knee is a little bit wider than your rib cage. Left foot's down on the floor, and for most of us, this left knee is going to stay bent for greatest level of comfort. Only if you're extremely comfortable here should you, at this point, straighten your left leg out on the mat. But it's an option if you're very comfortable that way. Now, hold here and breathe. Your right arm is working, but relax your shoulders the best you can. And notice how your right side of your lower back is lengthening out even more without you really even needing to squeeze your belly in very hard. Okay, now we're going to do just a few little belly squeezes while we hold for a few more breaths. So take a deep breath in. As you exhale, squeeze your transverse abdominis, draw your navel down towards your spine. You're still holding your half happy baby. And then inhale, relax those deep belly muscles. And do 2 more rounds like that. Exhale, squeeze your low belly. And inhale and relax your low belly. 1 more round. Exhale, squeeze your low belly. Good. And inhale, relax. Good. Now slowly let go of that right foot and cross your right thigh over your left thigh. Right thigh over your left thigh, all the way over. Get your arms out of the way. They can go out wide to an airplane position again. And scoot your hips an inch or so to the right side of your mat. Now we're going to do some rocking movements with our hips. We're not going to come all the way into a spinal twist, however. So take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, slowly tilt your knees to your left until you feel your outer right hip lengthen, and then hug your low belly in and bring your knees back up to their starting position. So take a breath in and try it again. Exhale, tilt your knees to your left. Even on the way down, a little bit of transverse abdominis engagement, low belly hugging in, and then bring your knees back up using the support of your low belly. So try that again. Knees to the left. Gonna rock to your outer left hip a bit, and then use your low belly to pull your knees back up. And let's do one more round like that, really slow, being mindful of using that deepest abdominal wall muscle to initiate that movement, especially the pull back up. Good. Now, from there, uncross your legs, shift your hips back to center, and straighten your legs out on your mat, and give them a long-legged windshield wiper roll side to side. Internal, external rotation of your legs. Take your arms overhead and hook your thumbs, point your toes, pull against your thumbs, take a deep breath in and out through your mouth. Bring your arms down, bend your knees slowly. Even here, pick your feet up using your low belly just gently as you do that. The slower you move, the better. Hug your knees in and rock a little side to side. Awareness of your transverse abdominis can help you even with the tiniest of actions. Whether you're bending over to put on a sock or whether you're picking up a bag of groceries. Slowly set your right foot down. It's really learning how to move from your center. So we're going to come into our second side half happy baby. Widen your left knee a little to the left, and then you might find a strap to put over the ball of your left foot, or you might just hold behind your left thigh. If you can physically reach up with your left hand and grab your left foot, I like to hold the outer edge of my foot when I'm doing this here. You can hold your big toe if you prefer. But your knee a little bit wide, you're bending that knee and just gently pulling down. You don't want to strain the front of your hip joint, so not aggressively pulling, but you are deepening your hip crease on that left side. Right knee is bent unless you're very, very comfortable straightening your right leg out. That's an option if that's the case. Now, take a really deep abdominal breath in. Just going to do 3 little navel and deep belly squeezes. Exhale, lift your pelvic floor muscles a little bit even. Draw your low belly down, draw your navel down. And then inhale, relax. And try it again. Exhale, squeeze the muscles of your belly. This time you can use not just low belly, but mid belly too. Navel hugging in. Inhale and relax. And one more like that. Exhale, squeeze. Good, and inhale, relax. Now let go of your left foot and cross your left thigh over your right thigh. Open up your arms out to the sides. Shift your hips a little inch or so to the left. Take a deep breath in. I'm going to pay attention to that deep belly again here. Pull it in a little bit until your knees to the right. You can go part way down, you could go most of the way down just until you feel your outer left hip engage. And then low belly in, inhale, bring your knees back up. And try it again. Exhale, tilt to the right. Squeeze your low belly in a little bit on the way down, and even more as you bring your legs back up. Just 2 more rounds like that. And exhale, tilt to the right. And an inhale, back up, trying to work from your low belly for support. Tilt to the right, get a nice massage for your right hip as well. And inhale, back up. Good. Uncross your legs. Even as you just uncross your legs and shift to center and straighten your legs out, you might start to consider moving from your center with the help of that deep abdominal wall. So straighten your legs out and then give your legs a little flop, little windshield wiper flop side to side. Take your arms overhead. Change the hook of your thumbs from what feels most natural if you can. Point your toes, little bitty arch of your back. Take a deep breath in and out through your mouth. Unwind, bring your arms down, bend your knees, and roll to one side. From there, press yourself part way up onto your forearm. Doesn't matter which side you're on for now. And if your hip is sensitive to lying on your side, go ahead and put a blanket underneath your outer hip. So line up your hips and your shoulder and your elbow, whatever forearm you're on. Make your forearm parallel with the short edge of your mat. Good. Knees are bent, a little bit in front of your pelvis and lower than your pelvis. Good. Now this top hand can go wherever you like. Take a deep breath in. We're going to do just some little side waist lifts. As you exhale, squeeze your bottom side waist and push the mat down a little bit more firmly with your bottom forearm. Inhale, drop your side waist an inch. And exhale, push down and squeeze. Keep your neck long, keep your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, drop down an inch. And try it again. Exhale. We're working just a gentle squeeze and release of your obliques and your quadratus lumborum, which is a lower back muscle on the side of your spine. So you're going to keep on going just a couple more rounds. These are crucial stabilizer muscles for your lower back. We could take this all the way and up into a side plank if we wanted, but we're not going to. So you can breathe a sigh of relief. Good. We're going to take 2 more rounds. The truth is you don't necessarily have to do a deeper movement in order to get these muscles to engage. Just want to make sure that they can fire when you need them. Now after that next round, press yourself up to sit. And if you can sit like a mermaid, so as you press up, you sit with your feet off to the side. They were pointed up the whole time. You might put a pillow or a bolster up under your hips. Okay, so I was down on my left forearm and I have my feet over to the right a little bit. If you were down on your right forearm, your feet over to the left a little bit. Your hips may prop up. You can go narrow or wide with your knees, whatever you like. We're going to take just a few little pulsing side bends. So the side away from your feet, bend that elbow. We're going to lean toward our feet. Inhale, arm up. Lean toward your feet to the side and side bend. Straighten out your arm and then inhale. Sit up, bring your arm down, bend your elbow, and exhale, tilt, little side bend. Good. Now we're going to keep going like that, and as you go, lift up and out of your pelvis. So you come back to center, and as you start to straighten your arm up, lift up, and then tilt, side bend. Good. Let's try 3 more like that. Lift up so it feels like your lower back is really long. Keep that length, side bend. Good. Breathing deeply, an inhale and then an exhale into your side bend. Perfect. And 1 more round. Good. Once you're done with that next round, bring your feet out in front of you. Hang on to your shins or your thighs. You can still be sitting up on a pillow or a bolster. It would be fine. We're going to do a little cat-cow. Inhale, pull back on your legs and lift your chest up gently. You might even lift your chin and look up. Exhale, lean back a little bit. Tuck your chin in, round your upper back, tuck your tail under. Try it again. Inhale, sit up, really lengthen the sides of your waist. Open your chest a little bit. Exhale. Lean back and round. Try 1 more round. Inhale, sit up. And exhale. Lean back and round gently. Good. Let's come to a neutral spine. We're going to lower onto our second side forearm. Whichever side you didn't do last time. Elbow under shoulder roughly. Forearm parallel with the short edge of your mat. Now line up your shoulder and elbow with your hips, with your heels, your knees bent and low. This top hand, wherever you like, take a breath in, and as you exhale, start to lift your side waist away from the mat and push down a little bit more firmly with your forearm. And then inhale, drop your side waist a little bit, and try it again. Exhale, lift, and just gently squeeze side ribs, side waist. Inhale, lower down. So we're getting some work for our shoulder too. That shoulder should stay down away from your ear. But this is really meant for today's purpose to help us engage the muscles that support around your waist, the side of your lower back, the front of your lower back, and the back of your lower back. Good. Keep breathing slowly and really feeling. Pay attention. Good. Last 2 rounds like that. Nice and simple. You don't need to over-engage, just enough to get the job done. 1 more round like that. Good. And then press yourself up Sitting with your feet off to the other side, then the side your forearm was down on. You might prop up on a pillow or blanket. Take a moment to get settled and adjust if you need to, knees wider, knees narrower. When you're ready, inhale, straighten up that arm, the same side we just contracted. Walk your foot side hand out to the side of your mat, side bend, and then we'll come back up, inhale. So as you exhale, start to lift and lengthen up out of your pelvis before you tilt. Good. So each time you start to straighten up, lift up and out, tilt towards your feet. Good. Lengthening that side waist, lengthening your belly on the side, that you're side bending, lengthening your lower back on that side. Really lift up and out. Keep breathing deeply. Good. We're almost there now. We've got 2 more rounds. Keep paying attention, listening to the feedback from your body. Last one like that. Perfect. And then bring your feet out in front of you. Now you're either sitting on your mat or sitting up on a pillow or blanket or bolster. I'll turn sideways so you can see what we do. We're just going to do a little bent knee, seated forward fold. So take a deep breath in, grab behind your thighs, sit up tall, and as you exhale, start to lean forward and bow your head and let your back round gently. You might, if you're getting in deeper, wrap your arms around your thighs like you're trying to hug your own legs. And you might instead just be leaning forward. If you need to make space for your torso, widen your knees out a bit. Or if that simply feels better in your hip joints, feel free to adjust the width of your legs. Now breathe here for a moment and try to take your inhalations into your back, especially your lower back. Expand your back with your inhalations. And relax your back with your exhalations. Bowing your head in, we're lengthening tailbone up to the base of the skull at the top of the neck. And really deeply breathe into your lower back. And let's take one more like that. Breathe all the way in. Breathe all the way out. Good. Then slowly lift your head a little bit first, flatten out your back as you sit up, and grab your pillow or bolster. Take it to what you consider to be the back edge of your mat. And we're going to slowly transition ourselves onto our bellies. So you could get to hands and knees first as an option. Put your shins up on your bolster, and then lower down onto your belly. And we're going to come all the way down. Hands, put them out to the side a little bit. They might even come off your mat a little bit. Rest on your chin or forehead. Hands in line with your shoulders or next to your face, wherever they naturally land is fine. All right, so shins up on your bolster. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, transverse abdominis again. Press your pubic bones down and pull your low belly in. Now keep that. And as you inhale, we're going to do a tiny little cobra curl. Start to lift your head, your chest a bit too. Keep scooping your lower belly in. And on your next exhalation, lower back down. So pull your low belly in, press your pubic bones down. Inhale, lift to your tolerance level, even if that means a millimeter. Lower back down, exhale. Now, if you're feeling pretty comfortable keeping your lower belly engaged and lifting up with no strain in your back, lifting and lowering, lift on your inhalations, lower on your exhalations, then you might start to lift a little bit higher and support just a bit with your arms. But don't lose the support of your lower belly. If you're lifting a little bit higher, consider activating your legs slightly by pressing your shins just gently into your pillow or your bolster. We've got about 3 more rounds, whether that means the tiniest little lift, low belly engaged, or a little bit higher, shoulders away from your ears. So our little cobra curl-ups, keep your pubic bones grounded down and your low belly hugging in. Here comes one more round like that. Doing great. Lower down. Okay. Now, we're going to get ourselves up to hands and knees if we can. If you get stuck, feel free to roll to your side, bend your knees, and come up on your side. But if you can, press up hands and knees, crawl your knees forward, and 2 options now. The first option, tuck your toes under, put your heels on your pillow, and sit into a squat on your pillow. Second option, if your body's not very comfortable with a deep bend in your knees or deep flexion in your hips, sit back on your pillow and move your feet forward in space. Okay? And then play with where do you feel comfortable bringing your knees in a little bit closer into a squat. Now, I'm going to give you one final option. So we're going to be here in our squat, and you adjust your knees narrower or wider as you need to. I'm going to give you one final option, which is to exchange your pillow for a blanket. So I'm going to go ahead and take a blanket. A hot dog shaped blanket would be fine. So there you go, Diane. There's your hot dog blanket. This is an option. You may simply be staying on your pillow, either your butt on your pillow or your heels on your pillow. Everyone's hip sockets are shaped differently. So you might play a little bit with widening your knees out, narrowing them in. If your knees are wider, you might take your elbows inside your knees and take your hands to your heart. Good. Breathe, lengthen your tailbone down. And on your exhalation, start to squeeze your low belly in and up. On your inhalations, relax your low belly. Let's try a few more like that. Exhale, squeeze your low belly in and up. And inhale, relax your low belly. Let your tailbone drop down. Whether you're in a loose squat or in a deeper squat, whatever is best for your body, take a few more rounds. Lift your low belly. Try to lift your pelvic floor a little bit along with your low belly. Good. Let's try one more round like that, nice and slow. Good. Perfect. And then to get out of here, we're gonna, if you're sitting on your bolster, you can just scooch off of it. But if you're in a squat, come on to hands and knees first. And crawl away a little bit and have a seat. Good. All right, move your blanket off to the side if you've used it. And find your pillow. Take that over to the left side of your mat. We're gonna come down onto our backs. So find your neck roll or your pillow, set that up for yourself again. Good. So come on down onto your back. Come down onto your back. Your bolster over on the left side. Good. Straighten your left leg out. Pick your right foot up. Grab hold of your right thigh or your right shin. And inhale, widen your right knee an inch or two to the right. And exhale, narrow it back to center and maybe even nudge it a little bit to the left. So inhale, widen it out to the right. This is meant to help us open our hip flexors on the left side a little bit, as well as massage our hip socket, open up a little bit outer hip. Good, so we're inhaling, guiding that right knee a few inches to the right, and then narrowing it back to center and maybe even across the midline just a little bit. Listen to the feedback from your hip socket, from the muscles around your hip and around your thigh on both sides. Good, we're gonna do one more round like that. So widen it out. Good, and then narrow. And then bring it to center, bend your left knee, cross your right thigh all the way over your left thigh. Shift your hips a little bit to the right and sway your knees to the left and prop them up on your bolster. Reach your right arm open to the right. Turn your chin to your right. And we settle in and breathe a little bit now. Now you can adjust your pillow. You could pile more height up on top of it with adding a blanket, or you could push it out and farther away to the left a little, or even completely, and let your knees come down to the floor. So feel free to adjust. Good. Breathe now into your side waist and down into your lower back on that right side especially. And as you exhale, as much as you can, relax your side waist, relax your lower back, especially on the right side. Lengthening outer right hip down the outer right thigh. Feel that connection between your right hip and the right side of your waist and your right lower back. And about 2 more breaths like that, as deeply as you can. Good. And 1 more round. Good. And then unwind your legs, moving from your center with a little bit of low belly support. Rock back onto your back. Good. And then grab your pillow and take it over to the right side of your mat. Hips are centered. Slowly straighten your right leg out and pick your left foot up. Hug your left knee gently in. So we're going to rock this left knee side to side just a little bit. Inhale, widen your left knee off to the left a little bit. Then exhale, pull it back to center and a little bit to the right, perhaps. So side to side. Inhale, you might feel your inner thighs open up just a little bit. And exhale, bring it over to the right just a little bit. Outer hip might lengthen. So slowly side to side, a couple more rounds. Keep stretching out and down through your right leg. Feel that space in the front of your right hip crease. Good, let's do 1 more round like that. Widen your left knee and then draw it across a little bit. Good. Come back to center, bend your right knee, cross your left thigh over your right thigh. Shift your hips to the left an inch and tilt your knees over to the right, down to your pillow. Add more height if you need to. Take height away or push that pillow out to the side a bit to let your knees drop lower if you like. Reach your left arm out to the left. Turn your chin a little bit to your left. And now breathe into your left side waist, into the left side of your lower back, down into your left outer hip. Deep, expansive inhalations and full, deep, complete exhalations. Breathe all the way in. As you inhale, breathe all the way out as you exhale. Try to relax all the way up and down the length of your spine. And now, 1 more breath like that, as deeply as you can. All the way in, all the way out. With just a little bit of low belly support. Pull your legs back up to center, unwind, shift your hips to center. Good, pick your feet up, hug your knees in, stir 3 circles around for the back of your pelvis. And 3 circles in the other direction. Good. We're going to get set up for our final relaxation. Grab your pillow or bolster and pull that behind your legs. And then 2 options, legs stretched out straight over that pillow or bolster, or feet propped up on top of your pillow or bolster, butterfly shape, knees wide, soles of the feet together. And in every other way we're ready. So stretch your arms out and down a little bit, broaden your upper back. Take a moment as you settle into your final relaxation and add any props that you need to make yourself comfortable and warm. But take a minute to move your mind down into your lower back and into your pelvis. And notice how you feel. As you notice how you feel, bring your attention to your breath. Start to follow the path of your breath in through your nose, down into your lungs, out of your lungs, out through your nose. Feel the front of your body rising up away from the floor as you inhale, just slightly. And as you exhale, feel the front of your body sinking down and in toward the back of your body. Stay with that sensation of the rise and fall of your body. A little bit against gravity as you inhale. And then moving with the pull of gravity down into the mat as you exhale. Find the sensation of rise and fall in your back. Start in your low back and at the back of your pelvis. With your mind's eye, look deep down at the base of your spine for the rise and fall of your breath. Especially as you exhale, relax the back of your pelvis. Relax tailbone and your sacrum. Relax the inward curve of your lower back toward the mat. Feel the way your spine is a chain of interconnected bones, muscles, and connective tissue. What you do to one part of the chain affects the whole chain. You start to feel your breath in your mid-back rising and falling. Try to consciously relax your mid-back down and into your mat as you exhale. Feel your upper back rising and falling with your breath. Encourage your upper back to relax into the mat as you exhale. Feel your neck rising and falling with your breath. Especially as you exhale, relax the back of your neck. Relax the base of your skull. Now take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Sigh it out through your mouth, and if your knees are wide, Draw your knees together, straighten your legs out over your pillow or bolster. And slowly wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, start to move your hands and feet a little bit, circle your wrists a little, circle your ankles a little. And then stretch out a little longer, arms overhead. Take a deep breath in, keep a little length in your tailbone. Out through your mouth as you exhale, bend your knees, bring your arms down, and roll slowly to one side. Pause on your side for one more deep breath, all the way in, all the way out. And then use the strength of your arms to bring yourself up to a seat. Take a moment to get settled, and once you're up, inhale, stretch your arms out, and exhale, hands to your heart. Namaste.